breaking out some of my detective comic books. Here's Detective Comic Books number 0. Yep, that's right, number 0. For a while, DC put out a lot of number 0s for most of their main titles. Let's see who did the, yeah, Chuck Dixon was the writer. Graham Nolan was the penciler on these. As you can see, Batman's giving someone an ass whooping in this one. Can you see that? So anyways, this is what I talked about bagging them. I grab an acid-free backing, throw it on there, grab a Silver Age Mylar, it's 2 mil, throw it on there. Now it's bagged and boarded, and instead of taping the backs, look, hipster, look, I'm going to fold it in, then crease the quarters in like so. Therefore, no tape will get stuck to the cover of this one in the future. It's another reprint of a Silver Age. I have some of the Silver Age comics, Batman and Detective Comics, but they're stored at my brother's house. I don't keep them all here. I keep some of my, like, the stuff from the 1980s mostly here. Some of my older stuff is here, but anyway, here's another one. Detective Comics number 385. Because of time, I'm not going to rebag these here and now. I'll wait till after I make the video. As you can see, this bag probably came with the comic book. Notice I'm holding it, but I'm not crushing the comic. I'm holding it gently. Yeah. Gotta be dainty with these comic books. Wow, I need my old codger glasses to see the date in these. When I was young, I never needed to put these things on. Okay, this one's from 1969, and it's Detective Comics 385. And there's Robin and Batgirl taking a step backwards. Here's one with Mr. Freeze on it, number 373. He put Batman in a block of ice and he's shoving him off the top of the tall building there. Detective number 460. 1975, I guess this one is. And the backup story was Tim Trench in this one. Private investigator. Okay. Number 461. There's Batman with a bunch of rats. I guess the rats attacking Batman there, shredding them. Rats. Millions of rats. Renfield. Now let's see what else we have here. I have to take these out. There's a bunch of them in one bag. Sector 462. Detective 465. I need 63 and 64. 463, 64. The Signal Man wasn't one of Batman's most famous villains, but there he is right there, the Signal Man. Uh-oh, Batman versus Batman. My God, I killed the Batman. Here's a bunch more in one bag. I guess I was trying to save on comic book bags at the time. Now this is when I really started taking more interest in the Detective Comics. This here is Detective number 468. This is when Marshall Rogers came in as the artist of Batman. There's his logo. He was a designer, and he also worked on comic books. But he was also an advertisement designer and a graphic designer. I think this is a Jim Aparo cover, but Marshall Rogers did the interior. Marshall Rogers artwork. A lot of fun. Also, besides Marshall Rogers, Terry Austin did the inking on these. He was the inker, and he was also the inker with John Byrne on the X-Men. He's a great inker, so between Marshall Rogers and Terry Austin, they really did a great job on the Batman comics. Batman Detective number 469. Number 471. So that means I need number 470. There's Professor Hugo Strange. This is another Marshall Rogers cover. You see Rogers and Austin there. Another Marshall Rogers and Terry Austin cover. Number 473. Number 474. Deadshot. Deadshot was kind of like DC's The Punisher. DC's version of The Punisher. These were excellent. Here's number 475. And this was the Laughing Fish stories. These were the stories where the Joker ended up putting poison chemicals in the water system in Gotham to kill the people, and they had died with these sinister smiles, Joker smiles on their faces. Here's one. The bag kind of makes it look a little wrinkled, but now I haven't read this one in a while, which I am going to read this one again. And I don't know if that's the Joker dressed up as Batman, or if somehow the Batman himself got a whiff of the Joker's chemicals. They used this in the Dark Knight 1 movie where Scarecrow put it into the water supply. And they also used it in, I think, the first Michael Keaton Batman. Except the Joker didn't put it in the water supply in that movie. He put it in cosmetics, makeup, underarm deodorant, things of that nature. Yeah. And when they were combined, it made people die with the big grimace on their face. So that's what I'm saying about the movies. They actually take a lot of the ideas out of the comics and then they mix them up, and Hollywood does whatever it wants with them. Here's number 491. This one was a dollar comic, a little thicker than the ones around it, previously and after it. You can hear the radio in the background. I have WHJY playing, one of my favorite New England stations. These are all by detectives in order, so. But I got them all the way up to into the 2007 or 8. Then I kind of had to stop. I have some 2009, 10, 11, 12, but not as full as these earlier ones. Here is a Detective Anniversary issue, number 500. As you can see, got a lot of great artists doing the stories in those. Here is another one that I have to rebag and put each one in an individual bag. It's number 501. Jim Aparo covers. There's the next one. It's another one with a Joker on it. See, there's the Joker. I guess he has Batman locked in his funhouse in that one. The Mannequin, another another forgettable Batman villain. He had so many villains. Between the Rogue Gallery of Batman and Spider-Man, I don't know who has more. There's the mannequin again. I guess this must be a two-part story arc. Highway to Hell. Love this song. Thank you, ACDC. There we go. More. Batman faces Catman. Uh-oh. The tide is getting higher, and guess who's going to be underneath the water if he doesn't get out of that predicament? Our friend, Batman. Oh boy. These are some of my favorites. These are the Gene Colan issues. Yep, Gene Colan that used to draw Iron Man and worked for mostly Marvel, but he worked all over the place actually, but he did a lot of Detective and Batmans during this time period. But some of the covers aren't done by the artists that do the insides. I guess Don Newton was doing a lot of these at that time too. Oh, here's another Gene Colan cover. Trying to kick Batman out of the helicopter there. Or from hanging on the bottom of the helicopter. There's Two-Face Batman. I forget the story behind this one. That's why these are so fun to break out again. While I'm bagging them, I get to read them all over again. Guess Batman was hiding underneath the snow in this one. But they kind of still ambushed him, I guess. I don't know how that worked though. He knew he was under there. Here's another Gene Colan cover. Gotta take that up. Did you hear that tape? Thank God I'm fast at taking them out of the bags, huh? Here's number 515. Good Lord, what happened to the Batman? What happened to you, Batman? Choke, gasp. And I guess there's something we don't know about until you get inside the comic. Oh, Deadshot. Yeah. Struggle in the Sky. Professor Hugo Strange. Some of my favorite issues here. Green Arrow's in this one, which I hear that TV show is really good. I haven't had a chance to watch any of them. The Arrow, I hear it's really really interesting television series. I'm really getting into the Resurrection series on TV. If you haven't checked that out, it's pretty damn interesting, I'll tell you. Who would you want to be alive? If you had one person to pick from in your life that died, who would you want to come back? It's kind of a crazy question, isn't it? Well, if you watch Resurrection, you'll know what I mean. The Snowman. I don't think this villain really became very popular. That man goes through a lot of trials and tribulations in these comics, I'll tell you. Here he's going through a blazing fire. Killer Croc. You know, when I watched the Spider-Man movie, The Amazing Spider-Man, I thought the Lizard looked more like Killer Croc than the Marvel Lizard. He looked more like Batman's villain in the movie. Didn't matter to me because I loved the way Killer Croc looks. And here's an anniversary issue with a lot of his villains behind him. So basically what I have to do is bag all these. Okay, so there it is. A nice brand new Mylar. Now you could get the modern age Mylars and it would probably fit the ones from the Bronze Age comics from the 1980s and whatnot. But I like to keep my stuff in Silver Age bags. I know some of the collectors say they have too much play in the bag. Once I put it on the shelf or inside the comic book box, I don't think it's going to be moving much, you know. So there it is right there. I'm going to end at number 500 because there's so many more. That's just some of the detective comics I have. That's not counting the Batman comics, the Brave and the Bold comic books, and all the miniseries that Batman's been in. I'm looking at them right now. It would take me a year to show you guys all of those comic books. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Pop's Comic Book Vault, and we'll see you next time in the vault. Until then, keep collecting and have fun. And as always, keep on smiling.